All right, that's Drew Scott buying up the ballroom real estate on Dancing with the Stars last night with his partner there doing the super sleuth Argentine tango, his twin brother Jonathan, never far from his thoughts.
I'm used to throw my brother. He's 230 pounds around, so she's a feather compared to Jonathan. Yeah.
Really? How was your Argentine tango with him?
You know, I don't want to tell you about it.
And Drew and Jonathan Scott trade quips and share memories in a new best-selling book entitled It Takes Two. We're glad that we're seeing double here this midday. They're both joining us, the busiest twins in the land, the Property Brothers.
I would like to point out, I am not 230 pounds.
No,
I am
not
218.
Well, if we're going to talk about numbers, I mean, you lost, was it 25 pounds rehearsing for Dancing with the Stars?
Yeah, almost 30. I'm under 200 pounds now, and I haven't been this weight since I was probably like 20. So, but it's great. Actually, I have more energy. Even though my schedule is so packed, I don't even have a down hour in my whole day. It's so packed.
Well, I was going to say, you're on the show, and then you're in Dallas talking to a realtor group. So you're on a plane, you're flying around, and you're coming in from?
Yeah, I was in Toronto because I've got 17 projects that we just started. We're in Toronto for 3 months.
Yeah.
And every 3 months we're in a different city. So the reason, actually, they asked us both to do it. They wanted us to go head to head on Dancing with the Stars, but I literally can't do it. I have to hold the fort.
Well, I was going to ask you that question. So you really are holding down the fort while he's
He is. Oh, I wouldn't be able to do it if he wasn't. We've got 2 shows on the go, Property Brothers and Buying and Selling in Toronto. We have 1 on the go. It's the renovation of my house in LA, which will premiere on HGTV in November. Plus we have like this tours and a few different
my head's
things.
spinning just thinking.
Yeah. That means that
tired.
I've now turned down Dancing with the Stars. I turned down being The Bachelor.
So what you're basically saying is you've sacrificed your life for your brother.
This is the stuff I do for you.
This is a good brother. Yeah.
And you guys in your new book, you trade quips as well, which I think is really cool. The format is that each of you write a chapter and then the other one basically annotates
makes fun
it
of them.
And makes fun of them and tells the other one.
Yeah, we love the back and forth. I mean, on the shows we call it the bro banter, and everybody loves it. I mean, on our shows, I think the reason they're successful is that we don't take ourselves too seriously. We like to have fun during the process.
Right.
So in the book, we try to take all the fun of our shows and infuse it into the book.
There is this perception that twins are cut from the same cloth, right? And that maybe you know what the other is thinking and so forth. But I'm thinking with your business venture, one of you has to sort of be checks and balance. Are you guys different enough that you keep each other in check?
We do. We know each other's strengths and weaknesses. So, if I am working on more construction projects at a time, then Drew jumps in and handles, because we produce a lot of shows that we're not even in. And then same when we were writing the book, we would go back and forth between chapters. So there's a natural ebb and flow of how we divide and conquer.
Yeah, let's talk for a moment and switch gears here, because I think we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about that Vegas is your home.
Yes.
You have a home there. We just heard from those twin sisters, one of whom was in the hospital and the other of whom is at home, and it was such an emotional moment. What are your thoughts for those, some of whom might have been your neighbors who were in that area?
Yeah, I mean, when I woke up and I read that, it just absolutely, my heart was ripped out of my chest. Immediately called to make sure that, everyone we know, unfortunately, our friends and our family and our coworkers are all okay. But seeing the response from the city just coming together, everyone pulling together, donating blood, raising funds for the families, it's tragedy. And I can't believe we're in a society where this has sort of become the norm, and it's awful. But at the same time, I think you really have to look to the people who are helping the first responders. It's been incredible.
Yeah, the response has been absolutely incredible. But our hearts go out to all the families affected, and we've been sharing on social media, different outlets, whether it's donating blood or whether it's raising money, any way possible to support the people affected.
There's a problem with mental health, and happy, mentally healthy people don't go around shooting each other, and so that's why I think it's not even just a matter of okay, this was the topic of the week. We need to keep talking about it, and we need to make sure that.
Well, this morning we were asking people to share 3 words. My 3 words were time for change, and change can encompass a lot, including the mental health system. So people don't fall through the cracks. We've seen that happen because someone with a mental illness or who is predisposed to act out violently against others, as we've seen, can drive a box truck into a crowd.
That's the unfortunate thing is now, I think, especially with at the social age we live in, is people who are mentally unstable are seeing these opportunities, and it's giving them ideas for things. And so, yeah, I agree with you. It's absolutely, actually make change. Like, actually use your voice. Actually get out and do something. A tweet is not all you can do. You can get out and do even more.
And our memories tend to be too short after a tragedy. But that's a whole conversation for another time. Let's leave people with a couple of tips here, because while you're dancing your way to stardom and you're slaving away doing contracting work, people want to know, because you were talking to a realtor group today, What's the number one question you get when somebody right now in this country is getting into the real estate market, either to buy their first home or maybe they want to buy and flip?
Well, I mean, the big thing people want to know is how do we do what we do? How, you know, if they're trying to flip property, they're wondering how can they flip property, make money, become real estate moguls. But the big thing we say first is education. If you don't understand where to spend money in a renovation, if you don't understand what neighborhoods to buy in for certain reasons, I mean, every neighborhood's different. Are you looking to invest in a first-time homebuyer community, an established neighborhood? So you need to be educated on all aspects of the materials, the neighborhoods, and the professionals that you should use.
Our philosophy is your home should make your life easier. And every family has a different problem that needs to be solved. And so that's why one solution doesn't work for everybody. But think about that. Think about how your home could make your life easier.
Here's another tip for people. You could pick up a copy of It Takes Two.
Hey.
It's a fun read, good tips in there as well. New episodes of The Scots Buying and Selling airing Wednesday on HGTV, and Property Brothers at Home, Drew's Honeymoon House, will begin airing in November on HGTV. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for having
With
us.
your busy
Team
schedule
Hot
to stop
Property.
by.
Team Hot Property. I want all of Texas to vote.
Thanks again. And be sure to support Drew on Dancing with the Stars. He's already doing a great job. I mean, what's not to support, really?
Thank you.
Really a breakout.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I'm impressed. That's
You can
something.
swap me out one of these days. You can dance with Emma.
All right, let's do it. Bring her to town, because I know she travels with you to rehearse,
does.
doesn't she?
She does.
Is she here?
No, she's not here because I'm back in LA this afternoon. So
Oh
I'll
yeah,
see her
just
there.
flying in and out like a taxi, basically. He takes a plane like it's a taxi.